We have another aspiring artist. Lovely to catch up with this lady. It's Burning Grace, and a new song we're going to play. Bernie, good morning.
Good morning, Ron. Thanks for having me.
That's a great pleasure. Now, when I saw this story come up that you released a new song, I thought, well, this young lady would be nice to talk to. Tell us a bit about your history.
Yeah, so I started off as Hannah Francis, released an EP called Silverleaves, and then I went through a bit of a huge change in my life, and I started creating different kind of music, and I wanted a name that resonated with the music I was making, and that's kind of how I stepped into the name Burning Grace. And how I write music is that I incorporate my love for trailblazing singer-songwriters from like the late 60s into my songwriting and my melody, but then I focus on an alt-pop lens, dipping into rock and dipping into alt-country that you can hear with Let Me Go. So that's kind of a little summary.
That's an interesting way to get into it. Of course, what sort of artists did you like in the early days when you were listening to pop music?
So I guess early days, if we're looking at 60s, if that's what you're referring to, it would be Joni Mitchell,
Yep.
Fleetwood Mac later into the 70s, and then if you're looking later into the 80s, it would be Stevie Nicks on her own. I am really inspired by those artists. And then if we're looking at pop recently, I guess in the the 2000s and everything, was Lana Del Rey. So it's kind of it's interesting how far apart one would think Joni Mitchell and Lana Del Rey are, but for some reason I just think they all fit so beautifully.
Yeah, but it's inspiration though, Bernie, isn't it, to hear these people and to help you, get your style, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And like they were trailblazers of their time. Like they were doing things that really resonated with them rather than trying to be someone else, and that really inspires me.
Yeah. What about songwriting? Do you collaborate with somebody else, or do you like to write them yourself?
I like writing by myself. I'm always open to collaboration. I just haven't dipped my toes into that just yet. But I write from a lot of personal experience, so sometimes I feel that being the person with the lived experience, that it's easier for me to write down those songs solo at the moment.
It must be good fun to get into the studio with the songs you've written and record.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I work with the incredible Lee Bradshaw, who I've been working with for about 5 years now, and we have a lot of trust in the studio, and there's such an intuitive kind of nature to the way we both work, because we've been in each other's space for a really long time, and he understands me musically, and I understand how he works, and the musicians that actually play on Let Me Go, I really want to give them a huge shout out. I'm so honoured to say that I have the best musicians in Australia playing on my songs. Like, we've got Brett Garsed and Craig Newman from the John Farnham Band, and which is massive, and Jerry Pantases, who's played for people like Olivia Newton-John and the Seekers and Guy Sebastian, and the list goes on. These guys are absolutely insane. And I don't know if they were in the studio itself or they were able to record in their own studios and bring that material to us for songs like Let Me Go and my album. So very, very cool.
Yeah, very good inspiration for you, having these people to lean on and maybe learn a lot from too.
Absolutely. Like they, what I also love about them is that they just bring themselves to the music rather than trying to always fit into something that the person wants, which ultimately, like, you want your song to sound like the song that you wrote, but they just give themselves to the music beautifully, intuitively, creatively. That's when you know that you've got something special, when people are able to bring themselves to the music.
Yeah, certainly to walk into the studio, have those people with you, and just put it all together and hear the playback. It must be wonderful for you.
Oh my God. gosh, yeah. We've had a few masters to look over the past few months, and it's just sitting absolutely beautifully. And so I cannot wait, Ron. I cannot wait to show you. I don't know if you've had access to that one, but I would love to share that with you, the whole album, because I'm really, really proud of it.
Yeah. When does that come out, Bernie? When are you releasing the album?
The album is coming out June 16th, so in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, not long to wait.
I know.
Yeah. And of course, that'll be able to be downloaded, of course.
Yes, absolutely. So it is something that you can stream on any platform, and I'll give access to that. There's also Bandcamp, which is where you can buy music. And, I'm biased. If you'd like to buy my songs and support, you can.
Well, that's important. What's coming up for you as far as touring or concerts or things you've got planned for the near future?
Yeah, so not in the next week or so, but June 30th, I'm supporting FJ and the Switch Band, which if you like Let Me Go, then you will really like what they do. And that's at the Retreat Hotel. And then on July 21st, I'll be playing my headline show to celebrate the release of the album.
Wonderful.
So that will be at the Coffin Town. Put that in your calendars because it's a little while from now. But it will be a really, really special show.
All right. Now, if somebody would like to see more about your past and present and what's happening in the future, where can they go to on the website?
So to know more about me, I have my socials, so Instagram and Facebook, which have links to everything. So my website, where you can just understand who I am as an artist a little bit more, and see my bio and everything. So those are the places to go if you want to find out a little more.
Wonderful. Okay, now 16th of June, which is not long to wait, for The Woman in the Mirror is the title of the album. And tell us a bit about the song Let Me Go. How did that come about?
Yeah, so I wrote that song a couple years ago, and it was actually about 1 a.m. I still remember it was at 1 a.m. and I was trying to fall asleep and I couldn't, and I just blurted out this song into my voice memos. And it's just about the heartache and the inner turmoil that comes with letting someone go, and that despite all the noise around you, it's ultimately up to you when you're ready to let someone go. And knowing that I've already had people tell me and come up to me or message me that they resonated with the message of the song because it was something that they were currently going through, that's one of the moments that you hold on to as an artist and songwriter. So it's been a beautiful response so far on the track, and I think that just comes with being really vulnerable about your personal life and situations, because it will resonate with someone else. If you are that open.
I was going to say, if that's how it came about, blurting something out, keep it up.
I tend to do that anyway, so I feel like...
All right. Well, I tell you what, it's lovely to catch up with you. We wish you every success with the album and the single, and hopefully people will download that and keep your financials so you can keep recording.
Yeah, that would be great too. That would be lovely.
All right.
Thank you so much.
That's a pleasure. Burning Grace, and here it is. We'll play the song called Let Me Go.